Hello guys and welcome to Road Forks.
Da molto tempo ormai, il mio mausoleo è uno dei simboli più noti della passata grandezza di Roma.
Alright guys, I'm on the oldest street from Rome called Appia Antica.
Curiosa è infine la storia del mio corpo.
Confusingly, there were two women named Cecilia Metella. Same name, totally different legacies. One's a tourist landmark, the other one's a tabloid nightmare. Today's vlog is gonna focus on Cecilia Metella Mausoleum and the name behind it. You've got more information about this place here. The building was basically a mausoleum dating from the 1st century BC, and here says that after it became a medieval fortress or a castrum belonging to this family called Gaetani. And I believe here is their coat of arms. Here we have the side and the upper view of this mausoleum. I like that all these details are carved in marble. We can also see how the coat of arms changed from the 1st century BC to the medieval times. The medieval coat of arms can be seen also there. Let's have a closer look. This building has a combined architecture. On my right hand side you can actually see that the building presents medieval motifs, while on the left hand side is a Roman one. I would say more like a classical Roman architecture. In the Middle Ages, the Gaetani family turned this ancient tomb into a fortress, and to reinforce the walls, they reused tons of Roman funeral pieces taken from nearby ruins. That's why you see this wild mix of carved armor, broken statues, and Latin inscriptions. They are all fragments from the tombs of Roman soldiers and officers. Basically, this wall is a giant collage of ancient Roman history patched together in medieval times. It's one of the coolest examples of how Rome's past gets recycled into new eras. Right in front of the mausoleum, we've got the Church of San Nicola di Bari. Dedicated in 1303, is one of the few Cistercian Gothic buildings in Rome. The church sits within the remains of this medieval fort, which originally had 19 defensive towers. Inside, the church has a single nave divided into 7 bays with an apse. The church was built by the Gaetani family, the same family as Pope Bonifacio VIII. Another cool detail is that the church's design was influenced by French Gothic architecture. Why is that, you're gonna ask? Because a Gaetani cardinal, later Pope Bonifacio VIII, spent years in Paris, and he brought those northern European styles back with him. And here we have more details about the church. In case you're interested, stop the video and read. From here we can see that the church itself was a kind of a fortress. You see these small holes. They haven't been used for shootings. Now let's dive in. Most of these are called putlog holes. When the church was being built, workers inserted wooden beams here to support scaffolding. Once construction was finished, the beams were removed, leaving the holes behind. That's why you see them neatly lined up along the walls. But I suspect that some of them were used by the monks as sneaky eyes. And here I believe it's the place where the fire sticks used to be put. Let's focus now on the defensive walls of this castrum. This is very similar to the defense systems we have seen in Transylvania. So I guess in the medieval times they have had a kind of a standard building the defense walls. Going back to the Gaetani castle, we are welcomed by a pretty fancy British car, Triumph TR3, produced between 1955 and 1967. From here we can see how this mausoleum foundation was built. Robust structure we have in front. This spot is built on a massive secret. What follows will explain why the mausoleum still stands today. 260,000 years ago, a volcano erupted and poured lava over 10 kilometers, creating this massive plateau. The lava here is between 6 and 12 meters deep. The solid, ancient foundation is exactly why the tomb still stands today. They even named the volcanic rock here Caselite, after the woman buried inside. So you're not just looking at medieval history, you're standing standing on ancient frozen lava, a truly epic rock-solid foundation for a fortress. And here we have the information from the Caetani Castle. Now let's see how's inside. Take a look at these first pieces. You see these round stone jars and rectangular boxes. These are cinerary urns and ash chests. Back in the early Roman imperial period, Romans mostly cremated their dead. The ashes went right into these vessels. But things changed. If you look over here at this sign, it tells us that from the 2nd century CE onwards, there was a major shift. The Roman practice of cremation declined, and the new trend was inhumation, or burying the whole body. And that's why we start seeing these. These stunning fragments are from sarcophagi, literally flesh eaters. These magnificent stone boxes were designed to hold the entire body. The urns tell a story of fire, and the sarcophagi tell a story of stone. Look up and admire also the interior of the building. These walls are ancient Roman masonry, most likely opus vitatum, made of rectangular tufa blocks laid in horizontal courses. The material between the bricks is Roman mortar, made from lime, volcanic ash, and small aggregate, sand or stone fragments. Let's now discuss about Cecilia Metella, the name behind this mausoleum.
Il mio mausoleo è uno dei simboli più noti della passata grandezza di Roma.
Confusingly, there were two women named Cecilia Metella. Same name, totally different legacies. One's a tourist landmark, the other one's a tabloid nightmare. Let's dive in. Let's start with the first one. The one with this massive, iconic tomb from the Appian Way. This woman's fame is purely architectural. She was the wife of Marcus Crassus, Crassus the Younger, and her father was a consul. Her monument, this mausoleum, is basically a symbol of incredible wealth and power of the Metelli family. Now let's meet Cecilia Metella, daughter of Celer. This is the one who was pure drama. She was born around 70 BCE and died just before Caesar's assassination. Her parents were the famous Cecilius Metellus Celer and the famous Claudia. We know her not from a monument, but from Cicero's letters and historical sources. To cut it short, she actively used her relationships to try and revive her family's fortunes, even seducing some of Caesar's allies. Kind of a sneaky woman, no? Basically, a controversial one. Right, guys, for getting in, I paid only €8. Cheap or not? I would say it is. As a location guidance, you can take also this street from here. Now it's time for a beer. Right next to the place we have filmed, you will find this Appia Antica Cafe. The prices are good and the vibe as well. If you've learned something from this video, drop a comment. Let us know. So guys, if you like the video, subscribe.